My game had a huge problem. I was lying to the player. I called this game Cosmic Cargo, but look at this ship. Do you see any cargo? Neither do I. I was telling people they were interstellar cargo haulers, but the only real evidence was a number in the UI menu. The ship looked like a fighter jet, the world felt empty, and there was no cargo anywhere. So I came up with a plan to bring this game to life, starting with the ship itself. The first thing I did was scrap the old fighter jet look. I liked how the Star Wars freighter looked, so I used AI to create something similar. I didn't want the cargo to be hidden inside the ship, I wanted it to feel exposed and rugged. I wanted the player to see exactly what they were carrying at a glance, so I designed the new hull with these 6 cargo bays carved into the sides. I also made these little shipping containers that fit into the ship like this. I also had to change the way you land on planets. With the old ship, it made sense to land vertically since the ship was small and quick, but with the new cargo ship model, it didn't really make sense to land this way. So I added a new orbital docking system where you fly close to the planet at a slow enough speed and then dock in orbit. This wasn't a huge change, but it gives the ship real weight and honestly, it just looks cooler. You may be wondering where the drones are. Don't worry, I'm getting there, but first we have to fix the math. Once the ship looked right, I ran into a logic problem. My old cargo system had a 10-ton capacity, but the ship only had 6 physical slots. At first, I tried a system where each crate represented 1/6 of the total cargo. That worked on paper, but it fell apart in practice. One crate could end up holding multiple shipments going to different places. If you wanted to unload one shipment but not the other, you couldn't. To fix that, I changed the cargo capacity from 10 tons to multiples of 6. For this ship, the capacity is 12 tons, so each visual crate represents 2 tons. I also changed how slots behave. In most inventories, when you remove an item, everything slides over to fill the gap. That makes sense for a UI list, but it makes 0 sense for the cargo in the ship. So the UI and the ship now have different rules. In the menu, cargo stays neat and grouped. On the ship, each crate has a permanent physical slot. If you unload the crate in slot 2, that bay stays empty until you pick up something new. Now that the crates were real, I needed a way to move them. I didn't want cargo to just disappear when you docked. I wanted delivery to feel like a full operation, so I built a drone logistics system. First, I designed a sprite for the drones. Then, I wrote a script that told them what to do. I made them launch in pairs from a hangar inside the freighter, fly to the cargo bays, grab the containers, and carry them down to the planet. This wasn't perfect though. If a crate was on the far side of the ship, the drones would fly straight through the hull. To fix that, I added a directional check that detects when a slot is hidden behind the ship. If it is, the drones swing wide around the hull before heading down to the planet. It took a while to get the timing right, but now docking at a planet feels a lot more meaningful. In the beginning of the video, I told you guys that my game had a huge problem. I said that my game was lying because it claimed to be about cargo, but it had none anywhere. Now that there's real cargo in the game, it feels so much more alive and immersive. But Cosmic Cargo is still a long way from being finished. There's so much more I want to add to the game, and I have a lot of cool updates planned for the future. If you have any ideas of what I should add next, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and if you want to see what I add next, subscribe and join the Cosmic Cargo crew.